Hi, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most, Jesus Christ. Listen, whoa, I've seen people get hit with time in prison for scams already, right? But this one right here, they might as well had, I don't know, transported 1,000,000 kilos of coke into the country and killed 50 people while they were at it. Because the time that they were given in prison, that's why I'm saying no. Work hard for what you want, and every mickle make a muckle. Take your time and build your kingdom. Don't haste. Boy, I don't think they knew that they could get that much time for doing what they were doing. This is a Trini family. They're from Trinidad. Shout out to my Trinidadian family and shout out to all Caribbean islands, but Trinidad, this one is yours. They in America, they're doing real good at telling you. But all things came crashing down. Listen, a judge gave a family of 3 from a Richmond Hill family yesterday, sending them upstate to serve a combination. Hold on to your seats, you ready for this? A combination of 418 years in prison for a brazen immigration and real estate scam that they had going. The mom, the dad, and the daughter, dubbed the Ramsundar Gang by Queen's Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder, paid a shocking price for defrauding 19 families out of $1.8 million over 6 years. Now, I left school quite a while ago, and I wasn't too good at maths. But 1.8 million divided by 6 years, that's not a lot of money really. And to get all that from 19 different families, I wonder why they got hit with 418 years though. Well, let's get into the story so that we don't ever do any of what they did. Because I know scammers from Jamaica who scam people on the phone, lotto scamming. Hello, yes, this is Mr. Johnson. I would like to speak to Mr. Adrian Smith, please. Yes, Mr. Adrian Smith. This is Mr. Johnson with Publishers Clearinghouse. I'm calling to inform you that you have won a 2025 Mercedes-Benz BMW ML350. You wanna get the drift. Them people that come off foreign and them get 10 years in prison and 4 years and 5 years. So what in rotted tarnation did this family do to get 418 years? They must have dug up some bodies under their house. Let's get into it. Holder said that his harsh sentences are nothing compared to the street justice that the Ramsundar family would have faced back in their native of Trinidad. Anyhow they had made it back to Trinidad, street justice would have handled them taking place. They would have been killed. You and I know that if you did this type of fraud and paraded and strutted it in your own country of Trinidad, you would have probably been hacked to death. This is what the judge told the family, which migrated from Trinidad to the US in the 90s. Shane Ramsundar is 53 years old. Gomati, his wife, is 47. And their oldest daughter, Chantel, is 24 years old. They were all found guilty of grand larceny, money laundering, criminal impersonation, and other charges during a 3-month-long trial. Holder, the judge, had no sympathy for any of them. The tough judge even had one victim who suffers from multiple sclerosis, had that victim stand up in court so Shane could see him. Holder said that the family's crimes nearly killed this victim with the multiple sclerosis, who lost so much money he couldn't even afford medication to care for his condition. Now, it's your turn to hear your return on your investments for these crimes, said the judge Holder, before sentencing the ringleader, which is the dad, to 78 and a half years to 235 years in prison and fining him $1.8 million in restitution. Jesus Christ. Boy, listen, if I'm ever in anybody's courtroom and I hear 78 years, I just pissing and shitting myself right there, yes? Yeah, I just letting it go, just broops, box, broops. They're gonna have to come clean me up, because I don't even want to hear the rest of what the judge have to say. Now, imagine hearing 78 years to 235 years. Oh God, judge, you're gone overboard. What you doing? What is all that? The judge gone far, too far, I'm telling you. That's for the judge. That's for the father. The father alone gets 78 years. The wife, Gomati was sentenced to 51 years. Remember, I know. She already 47 years old. She get 51 years. That ain't it. 51 to 153 years in prison. And she was fined $221,090 to be paid back in restitution. The daughter Chantel was sentenced to 10 to 30 years in prison and was fined $182,180. So for those of you who don't understand the sentence, if you hear the judge says 78 years to 235 years, it means that you will do no less than 78 years and you will do no more than 235 years. I scratching my ass and I asking myself, how am I supposed to do 235 years, judge? I would have to do this time and die and come back again and die and come back again and do this sentence 3 times over in order to fulfill this time. The man is already, how old? He's already 50 years old, right? What he doing with 78 years in prison? The woman is already 47 years old. What's she doing with 51 to 153 years in prison? My God. I think they must have done something personal to this judge. This judge is said to be a very harsh judge who gives out harsh time to anybody that stands in front of him. Well, I don't know of any other case, but I can go look them up just to verify. I'm still thinking there is something more to this. The poor girl, she is 24 years old. She have 10 to 30 years. That means she will do a minimum of 10 years and a max of 30 years. White collar crime. Didn't kill nobody. You might as well have killed somebody, because I know murderers in prison right now that are getting out in the next 20 to 25 years. This man gets 78 and a half. His wife get 51 to start, you know. The courtroom was packed with victims and even jurors wanting to hear Holder scold the trio for swindling their neighbors out of their life savings to fuel their lavish lifestyle of fancy cars, traveling, and diamonds, and nice clothes and things. Dad, Shane, he pretended to be an FBI agent. This is the crime, because I know a lot of people wondering, what did they do? How you give a man 78 and a half years to 235 years in prison? What did he do? Well, here's the news. The dad, who is Shane, he pretended to be an FBI agent, and he used that to swindle 12 victims out of $300,000, promising to get them removed from a terrorist watch list and a deportation list, while also scoring them green cards. So this man dressed up as and pretended to be a agent, a FBI agent. He said, "Hey, look, I have a list. I have a list of people that need to be deported from the US. The FBI Bureau has come up with this list, and lo and behold, your name is on the list. Your family name is on the list. So they're looking to deport you. You won't have a court date. You're just going, whoops, straight back to your Trinidad. And then there's a terrorist watch list as well. And you're on that list also. Now, as an FBI agent, I can do you a small favor, since you is a Trini and I is a Trini. I could take you off the list. I could take you off the terrorist list so they don't watch you no more. And they have you under surveillance right now, you know. I could take you off so they could stop the surveillance, and I could take you off the deportation list so they won't send you back to Trinidad. And while in that, I can also get you some green cards. These 12 victims were scared, and the 12 victims said, please do it, I will pay. Mom and Dad Ramsundar also claimed that their ties to the feds allowed them to buy cut-rate properties that were seized in Florida and Queens, New York, from tax evaders and drug dealers. The couple then convinced their victims to give them more money, promising that they would also purchase them a house and obtain mortgages for them. So not only will we take you off the terrorist list, we will also take you off the deportation list. Then we will also make sure that they stop surveying you. And then we will also make sure you get your green cards. And then we will also make sure you get a nice house at a good price. Of course, for a lot of people, this was like dream come true. Problems solved. They have arrived. This is their chance to live the American dream. And they bought it. They bought it. And all together, they did this to a group of people, and it totaled $1.8 million taken in a 6 years period. Again, 418 years when you share the years between the mother and the father and the daughter. I'm going to be honest with you. The mother and the father, them could have taken the time and said my daughter didn't have anything to do with this. Why they let their daughter go down with them? You see this judge throwing out time like how Caribbean people just season meat. You know, we just sprinkle the seasoning until the ancestors say stop. This judge was just flinging out time until his ancestors said stop. I'm stuttering doing this voiceover because I am amazed at the amount of time. Yes, what they did was wrong. But damn, I am amazed at the amount of time they got. The father got 78 and a half years. He must do at least 78 years before he's out of prison. And he has a max of 235 years. And he has to pay back 1.8 million. Hear what? You done give me 78 years at a minimum, 235 years at a max. I ain't paying you a raw thing. I'm going in here to be a prisoner for the rest of my life. I don't have nothing to pay you. But you know how the law works in the US. Assets will be confiscated and liquidated. So all the diamonds that they were buying and the fancy car and the nice house, all that stuff, those assets will be confiscated and liquidated, and the monies from it will be given to the individuals who they swindled in order to make up for some of what was stolen from them. The wife, 51 years to 153 years. And she have to pay back $221,090. Again, you done give me 51 years. and I'm only 47 years old. I ain't paying you a raw sting. Let me go do my time and mud out inside of your prison, yes, because that's exactly what I would do. At the age of 47, you going into somebody's prison to do 51 years. At a minimum, I'm going in there to go crazy. The daughter, she stand a chance. She does a minimum of 10, and she will do a max of 30. So she stand a chance. After she does her 10, somebody can say she's a model prisoner. She's only 24, so she could be out by the time she's 34 years. But she could also be in there until she is 54 years if they decide to keep on keeping her in there, because she has a max of 30 years, but she must do 10 before eligible. Damn! You know what? My message to my Caribbean people, Jamaica, Guyana, wherever you come from, Grenada, Antigua, Barbuda, wherever you come from, listen up. When you come in this place right here, called America, USA, you should fly as straight as an arrow, because they're not playing around with us here. And I ain't never heard other people getting this type of crime. It's like they reserve this type of crime for our kind of people. This right here, I can't save this family, but I can save somebody else who might be out there doing this right now. So you have a good look of what could possibly happen to you if you are caught. Take my advice and stop. You see, working a like a 9 to 5 down the road, or if you're doing that bad financially and you pick up 2 jobs, you might be extra tired when you're done working your 2 jobs. But you know what you don't have to do? You don't have to do 78 to 100 or 235 years in prison. You might go work tired. You might come home tired. The money could barely pay the bills, but you're free. You could go outside your house when you want to, your little apartment if it's that what you live in when you want to. You can go down the street and buy yourself something to eat if you want to. You can walk and say hi to neighbors in your neighborhood if you want to. Go take a walk in the park, spread a blanket, lay down on the grass in the summertime in the park. You can go sunning at the beach. You can do all the free stuff that are here for people who are free. All the free stuff that people in prison can't do. Simple stuff. I hear one man said he got sentenced at 19 because he was a hothead and him stab up a next man. And they gave him, at 19 years old, 95 years in prison because of the brutal way he did his crime. He was trying to mentor some youths so they don't end up where he ended up. This brother said, you know what I miss the most? My mom used to fry chicken and used to fry a lot of it. And when we didn't eat what was left, she would put it up in the refrigerator. And I would get up out of my bed sometimes in the middle of the night and just grab a cold piece of fried chicken. And I didn't heat it up or anything. I would just eat the cold piece of fried chicken. And he was telling these youths, he said, you know how many years I've been in here dreaming about waking up in the middle of the night, the house is dark, and just going straight to the refrigerator and just taking out one piece of my mother's fried chicken. That's all I want to do. I will never be able to do that again. Boy, I don't know about y'all. I ain't built for nobody prison. Especially not built for no times like these. And I am definitely not throwing away my life by trying to get some fast money swindling people. We wake up every morning on Morning Thoughts Live and we say shout out to the people going out to work, shout out to the people coming in from work. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you because the people who work multiple jobs decided that this is what I have to do, and I would rather be tired than be broke, but I'd rather also be tired and barely making it than to do something to get fast money and end up in these people's prison. Listen now, Pay attention. We're grown people out here. It's time you start thinking like you have some sense. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.